Hey, Instagram, welcome, welcome, welcome. Try to pay more attention to who comes in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully I'm loud enough. Volume is everything is okay. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, welcome. So we'll be talking about law of assumption. The law of assumption is found in the Bible. I use the Bible as my reference, as my guide, as my manuscript, as my blueprint. It reminds us who we are, that the power that we've been looking for was always within. And welcome. Hello, Speak Up E. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The Bible's reminding us of who we are and the power that is within us, and that we can have whatsoever we desire. Whatever it is we desire, we can have. Hello. Say Horace Nelson. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As we're reminded in Scripture, therefore I say unto you, whatsoever you desire when you pray, believe you have received it, and you shall have it. And that is the basis of a law of assumption as taught by Neville Goddard. That you got to move from desire to have, right? And the gap in between is getting yourself to believe you already have it. And the best ways to convince yourself that you already are the person you desire to be is through repetition and meditation, what others may call hypnotherapy or self-hypnosis. It's all the same type of practice. You say, what happens after death? You keep living. You take off the body, but the spirit, the soul, lives on. You're going to experience other things. What exactly will you go on and experience? That's only for you to know, for you to discover. But right now, this focuses on what we're doing while we're here. I'm not concerned about after I put off this body. I'm concerned about my experience here and now, and to create the reality I desire to have, create my heaven here on earth. Because Scripture reminds us that heaven is within you. It's not a place you go to after you die. It's something you experience in the here and now. You create your heaven here, or you can create your earth here. Your hell here. Just depending upon how you view life. Life is all about perspective, and everyone has their own. Hey, Beck, welcome, welcome. Hello, Nina. I studied Neville Goddard's teachings and Dr. Joseph Murphy and many other authors you have, and what we would like to call teachers, but they're just really reminding us who we are, like Abraham Hicks. You have Wayne Dyer, you have Dr. Joe Dispenza, have a lot of authors and teachers and reminders of who we are. Okay, Horace, okay. Oh, thank you, Nina, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Hopefully it's waking up the inner man, letting you know that all things are possible. Now all you have to do is convince yourself that you're already the person you desire to be, whatever that looks like. Hello, Key. Yes, hello again. And the biggest thing is learning to trust ourselves, right? Trust. I know a lot of us struggle with that because we've been told not to trust ourselves, not to believe in ourselves, trust everybody else but ourselves. But the power is within you. Yes, Marcus, welcome, welcome. Neville is my favorite. Him and Dr. Joseph Murphy is a close second. because Joseph Murphy teaches more of the inner conversation, right? He gives you affirmations. That's how I manifest, through inner conversations. And Neville was more of a visual, right? He could visualize. He could create scenes. He could see himself doing things before it happened. I'm more manifest like Dr. Joseph Murphy, but I gravitate towards more of Neville's breakdown and his teachings and how he, conveys this information to us. So, yes, I've been studying. I read them just about every day. If I don't read, I listen to remind myself to always stay connected, right? To remind myself that all things are possible. And I know believe is a big controversial word. A lot of people don't like the word believe. They say, no, you got to know, you got to know. But in order for you to experience anything, believe just means to accept something as true, accept something as real. So for people to test what they hear, to apply it to their life, they must accept what they're hearing so they can apply it, right? You must accept the instruction. You must accept the testimony, the success stories of others so that you can apply it to your life. So you shall know the truth, because the truth makes you free through application, through experience, right? James tells us, don't be just a hearer, but a doer of the word also. And the doing is always mental. The doing is mental. I know people like to tell you, you can't sit around and just daydream. Yes, you can, because you'll be given what to do. It will be natural. You will be compelled to do whatever required to bring your manifestation into visibility. If you're required to do anything, if you're required, the doing is going to be so minute, and it's the effect. It's never the cause. Although the world will tell you all the things they saw you do, and they'll be convinced that the only reason you got what you got was because of what you did. But you have to know the reason why you have anything you have is because of what you thought. The world is mental. Everything was first a thought. Then it became a manifestation. Hello, Awakening Radiance. Welcome. Yes, Marcus. Make it feel real. Yes, I do too, Marcus. I have it on my on Kindle. Good afternoon, chocolate cover soul. Yes. Yes. Because as Neville reminds us, you don't have to even think about what to do. You're going to do whatever is required naturally. That's what he talks about. Feeling is the secret. It must feel natural. It must feel normal to you. And the way you make it feel natural to you, the way you make it feel normal to you, what? You have to rehearse it. You have to practice it. Another way of saying that is what? Through repetition. Repetition is key. You must continue to remind yourself. That inner dialogue, that mental diet. What do you say what are you saying to yourself during the course of the day about your desire? Are you trusting? Do you have faith? Yes, Asia, welcome. Yep, from the conscious, which is the selector, impresses the subconscious, which is what? The womb of creation. That part of you is not going to argue. It's going to receive all of your impressions. And it's going to take it, and it's going to mold it, and it's going to make it an expression. And it's going to appear as a person, as a circumstance, a situation, an event. It's going to show up in your world. And you're going to see what you really believe, because it's going to be expressed in your world. But we have mercy, right? We have mercy, and it's packaged in what Neville Goddard calls the art of revision. You don't have to accept any experience. You have the power to what? Perceive it differently. Create a different memory about what you just experienced if you don't like it. Hey, Lisa, welcome, welcome. Hello, Center XO. I would say start with Neville Goddard and Dr. Joseph Murphy also. He doesn't say law of assumption. Dr. Joseph Murphy says the law of belief means the same thing. Dr. Joseph Murphy, in his readings, in his books, you're going to hear him say that the law of life is the law of belief. Neville Goddard calls it the law of assumption. They're saying the same thing. That you must impress the subconscious through repetition. When Neville Goddard teaches the state akin to sleep, which is another way of saying meditation or prayer, you're getting into that quiet space, that calm state, relaxation, where you're the least amount of effort. It should be effortless. Your thoughts that you're thinking, let them flow effortlessly. But you have to pay attention. You do have to shepherd them. In the beginning, it may seem a little, for the lack of a better word, difficult or challenging, because you're not used to, maybe you've never meditated, maybe you've never sat quietly by yourself, with nothing around you, no one talking, no TV, no radio, unless you want to listen to some instrumental music. Some people like the instrumental music. Some people also like the guided meditation. Myself personally, I like it quiet. I just like to be one with my thoughts. That's just me personally, but you have to find what resonates with you. Find what resonates with you and go with that. Be consistent and persistent in that. I believe as God. I believe Jesus is the personification of the mind. Christ in you, your hope of glory. Do you not know that Christ is in you? Unless you be a reprobate. For you have the mind of Christ. Everyone has the mind of Christ. Everyone does. Oh, thank you, Riley. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's not even my ancestry. Is I am. That's who I am. I am. It is necessary that we keep our focus on the things that are beneficial and edifying to the hearers, and that we focus on what we want life to look like. We take our focus off the world and we go within and we decide, what do we want to experience in this thing we call life, in this human experience, right? Because many of us realize and have come to the knowledge that we're spiritual beings, we're consciousness having a human experience. And when you awaken to the power within, to the knowledge of self, then you start to realize that, oh, I can manipulate reality to be transmuted into the way I want to experience it, just by changing my thoughts, just by changing how I perceive life. Yes, Marcus. Right, we don't even recognize it. Right? But this platform is about reclaiming your power, right? Walking in the dominion and authority that you were given before the foundation of the world, right? We're told we're created in the image and likeness of all there is. And to walk in that dominion, walk in that power, know who you are. As Paul says, be bold when you come before the throne of grace. And grace is a gift. It is freely given. You do not earn it, regardless of what people tell you. It's just all about recognition, acknowledgement. Because you do have to be the operant power. It does not operate itself. You must choose to do it consciously. Most of the time you were doing it unconscious. You were unconsciously creating stuff. Didn't even know that it was your mind. It was your thoughts that were creating your reality. He said he came into the world and the world knew him not. The world doesn't know that the thoughts, the creative power in man is the mind. That's what the world doesn't know. The world does not realize that Christ in you, your hope of glory. Welcome, utmost high wizard. Welcome, welcome. I'll just focus on the ones that we have. Here's my thing. All the books, those that were lost, those that weren't, all the ones that are found, they're all saying the same thing. That the world is mental. That thoughts turn to things. That you have the power to create the reality that you want. To walk in love. That is the ministry. That is the teaching. To recognize that there is only one power, and that power is love, and that love never fails. That love is the only transforming power. And when you can truly understand what love is, and that it can never fail because that's who God is, and it is impossible for God to fail, you know that you can be and have and do whatever you desire. But I would challenge you to operate out from the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. To love thy neighbor as you love thyself. But you must love self before you can love anyone else. Thank you, Most High. Welcome. Daniel, if I told you I was, would you believe me, and what would that change? What would that change if I told you that I was, that all of my assets total over $1 million? What would you say? What would that change? What would that do for you? To know how much money I have. Yes, Marcus, yes. Hey, official Charles. You said, Charleston True, you said a third testament? Okay. What's the third testament called? That's interesting. Why do you think it's wrong? That's interesting. But we are the Bible. We are the Word. We are the living Word. We are the Word made manifest. Well, when the Bible is talking about not to add to the word, it's talking about your desire. See, when people see the word is psychological, it's metaphysical. I don't view the Bible as taught by religion. I see the Bible from a totally different perspective. So my understanding is, as far as adding to the word or taking from the word, this comes to your desire. When you desire a thing, most people, because they don't believe how the desire will be manifested, they add to it or they take away from it. They condition the desire. And they say, well, if it doesn't happen in this way, they'll modify it. Thus, they're changing or taking it away. But you can have whatever you desire if you believe it. And you don't have to compromise just because you don't know how it will come into visibility. Hey, whatchamacallit? No, not literally. I don't take the scripture literally. And most people modify their desires. They settle. They compromise. You're welcome. Well, official Charleston True, as hard as this may be hard to hear, and most people are not most receptive to it when they are not in the mind or the state to receive it. But your father is operating from the God self. And if he believes that God is talking to him, he's going to do exactly what he says he's going to do. Why? Because the creative power in man is the mind. The mind of man is the mind of God. They're not separate. And whatever a man purposes in his heart to do and believes can be done, He most certainly will do. Now, it just sounds like he's just going to give another translation or interpretation of that which have already been said. Now, if he's coming with some new revelation, new information, because as scripture says, there's nothing new under the sun. All the stories in the Bible, all the sacred texts are saying the same thing, just using different language, different terminology, but they're all saying the same thing, and they're all reminding us of who we are. That we're the cause, that the world literally revolves around us, that we have the power to create the reality in which we want to experience. Yes, yes, it can. Whatever the desire is, it could be good, bad, ugly, evil, it does not matter. Because the law is no respecter of persons. The law doesn't judge, only man judges. Only man is judging. So whatever you can assume. Hey, Mr. Nobody, you said it's crazy. Why is the law of assumption crazy? You assume every day. Everyone assumes something. Everyone has preconceived notions. Everyone believes or knows something. We say it all day long. I believe this. I know this. I've experienced that. I assume this. I intend that. Right, Marcus. Right. Well, that's your reality, Mr. Nobody. Some people will challenge you and say, oh, no, I know. I know this to be true because I've experienced it. I can agree with that, Mr. Nobody. This all is what an illusion. It's all make believe, right? It's all experience, and it's just all about what do you want to experience? Because since it's make believe and we're making it up, then how about just make up whatever you would want to experience? Make it good, make it great, make it noble, make it awesome. Since you can make believe anything is true, make believe in that it is. And then watch it come into your world. Watch it become your reality. Yes, we're told that this whole world is an illusion, right? It's a shadow. Everything we see is temporal. It's the thing that we cannot see that's eternal, that's infinite. But once it steps into visibility, it becomes temporal. Yes, you can prove to yourself that whatever you can imagine, you can become. Most certainly. Whatever you can imagine, you most certainly can become. And all you have to do is persist. Repetition. Repetition is key. Repetition. Some people are scared of themselves. Some people are afraid, frightened, are in fear because we're too concerned about what others think. We're too concerned about what the world will say. What will my friends say? What will my family say? What if I get it and I can't keep it? What if, what if we come with all these what ifs instead of just experience it. If you don't like it, you can change it because you know how you got it. And so something you manifest into your reality and you don't like it, guess what you can do? You can repent. You can change your mind about it. And it'll go away. Stop giving your attention to it. Stop talking about it. Stop giving your energy. He'll find his way away from you. Just as easy it came in, it'll just be as easy it'll go away. Just by you changing your mind about it. Yes, Typhonian God. Hello, Shanoa. Welcome, welcome. Shanoa Denise, welcome. Yes, Marcus, yes. That part, Beck. Yes, yes. Hello there, Nurse Kim. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Vanessa. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you're at work? Okay, happy Friday. Is this the end of the week for you? TGIF? I'm a reminder. No master here. As Neville said, no ascended masters, no gurus, right? We are all masters, mastering each level. The infinite levels, the infinite states of the I am, right? Infinite. Consciousness is infinite. It's eternal. And we'll just keep expanding, expanding, and growing, and right? I know, lucky 13, lucky Friday 13th, lucky 13. Oh, are you listening to The Power of Awareness? Yes, one of my favorite books. I probably read that about 4 or 5 times because it's such a short book. It's such a short book. Yes, law of assumption, and you assume what you want to be true, because if you persist in it, it will be true for you. I'm a testament to it. I'm a testimony to it. And I'm sure many of you are too. You have changed your life for the better, for different, really. My life, it's not even about the life being better. It's about it being different. Having a different perspective. Seeing the world from new eyes. Right? New eyes. You just don't see life the same anymore once the veil is lifted. Hey, Charismatic K, welcome. My prompts, I think of them before I go live. And today I was like, you know what? We're just going to talk about law of assumption again. But most of the time, I think about it. Sometimes it comes to me during meditation, sometimes it's right before I go on live. So that's why sometimes I'll be a little late to the party. I may tell you I'm coming on at 4, and then I don't show up to like 4:15 for it, because I'm deciding right in that moment what I'm going to talk about, what the discussion is going to be. Hey, Royalty Queen, welcome, welcome. Yeah, but it's in that moment. And if a scripture doesn't come, I'll just say, okay, well, let's just talk about law of assumption. That's what my platform is based on anyway, those teachings. So it's always a great topic. Get the mind stirred. Like, what is it that I want to assume about my life? How do I see my life? What reality do I want to see played out in my world? And it can be whatever. That's what's so amazing, right? Scripture tells you whatever you desire, it does not matter. You can have it. Don't limit yourself. That's why I like Neville Goddard, because he doesn't say anything about starting off small or compromise. He said, if you can manifest $10,000 a month, you can manifest 100,000, right? He told one guy, he was like, how much you make this year? Believe you made 10 times that. So it doesn't matter. You can have it. Just give it to yourself. Expand your consciousness. Expand it. And you do this by repetition. You must impress the subconscious. And the subconscious is impressed through repetition. Go to sleep saying it to yourself, whether you're visualizing it, whether it's an inner conversation. But as you drift off to sleep, imagine that you're that person. Imagine what that looks like. What are you saying? What are you hearing? Even if you're going to bed saying, isn't it wonderful? Right? He gave you some concise words you could say. You don't have to make it long and drawn out. You could just go to bed in the state of, isn't it wonderful? And saying something wonderful conjures up feelings for you, right? Like if something is wonderful, you're going to naturally feel good about it. That's why you don't have to worry about emotions. They naturally come. They're byproducts of the thought that you're having. That's why people struggle with, those who have experienced trauma in their lives, right? And relinquishing those old thoughts, those old feelings, because they were on repeat. They were told morning, noon, and night, physically, emotionally, and mentally abused for years on end. And so then when they come into the knowledge and say they can be free, they can be loose, they can, to walk in the healing, that's going to come again through repetition, because it was impressed upon you as repetition. Now, in order to have something else cultivated and impressed upon you, that's going to take repetition. Hi, Mariah. Welcome, welcome. Oh, okay. Napoleon Hill. Okay. Cool. Yes, Charismatic K. Yes, I do, Nurse Kim. I have spoke about different scriptures. Oh, okay, Beck. Yes, that really does come with, because those, I noticed I've been getting a lot of questions regarding, those who dealt with a lot of the negativity for a lot of years in their life, whether it was from parents or, guardians, or where it was from relationships with a significant other, and taking your power back, just reclaiming your power. That's a process. That's something that comes with you. You're going to have to allow yourself to sit with yourself and cultivate love within you, because for so long fear was cultivated. Fear was just beat in you, literally and figuratively. I go live once a day, sometimes during the day, sometimes at night, depends on the day. Hey, Mariah, if I didn't say hi to you, I can't remember if I say hi to you or not. Yes, Beck, yes. That's why it's not about suppressing what has happened. It's more about cultivating the truth. It's not about reliving. It's about cultivating the truth. Really allowing yourself to understand what love looks like. Because when you experience that type of emotional and physical trauma, you believe that was love, but it wasn't. It was inverted. It was actually operating in fear. Because love doesn't hurt. Love isn't painful. Love isn't sacrificial. It's not controlling. It's not manipulative. That's not love. All of that is based in fear. And before we come into this knowledge of self, we're operating from the fear perspective. The world is based in fear. This world. But we're not of this world. Right? We're not conformed to this world any longer. We're going to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. And that comes from accepting the truth about who you are. And in the beginning, it's a shock to the system, because you were told that you were a sinner from the beginning. You're unworthy. You're undeserving. You're less than. Don't trust yourself. Don't believe in yourself. Yes. You want to come up, dancing hands? Great afternoon. Yes. Yes, Marcus. Yes. Welcome, Juju. Welcome. All right, whatchamacallit. This is tears of joy, right? Tears of joy. Yes, self-control. It sure is. Yep. Yes, everything is normal. Whatchamacallit, everything. I'm sorry, Dancing Hands. Did you say you want to come up? Yes. Romans 12:2. Yes, emotions are a part of being human, right? Yeah, yes, it has been much error in love. Yes, love never fails, regardless of what anyone tells you. Love is the only transforming power. When you have a clear understanding of what love is, that you are love, God is love. And then we say that God can't fail. So if God is love and love never fails, that means they're equated, right? That means they're one. And you are love because you are God, which means you can never fail. And you never fail to express that which you truly believe. You never fail to express it. Whether it be good, bad, ugly, evil, whatever it is you truly accept about this thing called life, you will express it in your world. Oh, okay, no problem, Dancing Hands. Yes, Beck, yes. Beautiful. That's what you are, love. You are love. You are love. Love is patient. It is kind. It's not boastful. It's not proud. It's not self-seeking. Right? It keeps no records of wrong. Is not easily offended. Not easily angered. It protects all. It believes all. It endures all. Hey, y'all, love. You say, hey, EJ. You say, how would I go about manifesting an SP? You have to believe you already have the SP. You have to see yourself as, I'll tell you how I manifested my husband. This is even before I knew about the law of assumption. But when I look back and see how I drew my husband into my experience, it is because I had a different mindset of who I was. I told myself at that time that I was deserving of a good man. And that was like an epiphany that went off. And not too many days after that, we met each other, and we met each other on online. That's how I met my husband, on a dating website. And it's just all about when you're happy being with you, being happy being by yourself, you'll draw someone else that's also happy with themselves. And then the two of you can be happy together. But if you're desiring someone to make you whole, or so you don't feel lonely, or so you don't feel unwanted, you'll draw someone in, but those feelings won't go away. Because your happiness will never be found in another person. Your happiness has to be found from within. Another person can't make you whole, can't make you complete. You have to know that you already are that person within. Hey, Holistic Mystic, welcome, welcome, welcome. So be happy in the state that you find yourself in. Just be happy, enjoying life, doing what you do. And then in a way you do not know, and in the time you least expect, that SP is going to show up. When you just focus on enjoying being you. Because you're going to draw you to you. Whoever you are, whatever you believe yourself to be, that's who you're drawing into your experience. You already are love, Charismatic K. You already are love. That's the acceptance. That's the recognition. That's the ascension. That's what we have to reckon. That's what we should be meditating on, knowing that we are love. You're not earning it. You're not undeserving. You're not unworthy. You are love. That's who you are. Cultivate it. Understand what that looks like. Make it practical. How do you view others? What do you say about others? What do you say about yourself? Are the thoughts you're sending out, would they come back and say return to sender? Or would they be freely received? All right, Charismatic K. Oh, are you all love? Okay. Yes, yes. Yeah, so now you can imagine it differently, EJ. How would you have liked it to have happened? Whatever that experience was that you said, it was the unwanted experience. Revise it. Is that Port Talls? You're welcome, you're welcome. You have the power to remember it differently, EJ. Yes, it does. And we're imagining all day long, morning, noon, and night. It's just about, are you aware? Like someone said they were reading The Power of Awareness, right? Or listening to Power of Awareness. Are you aware of what you're thinking? Well, it's about the now moment, EJ. So you take the situation, whatever that situation, whatever that experience was, and you said it went south. So change it and say, imagine and say, everything went as I hoped it would go. Everything went expectedly. Everything went better than I could ever have imagined. Like when we kissed, it was just like we felt this kismet, this fate. It felt really good. You know, ever since the day we kissed, we talk on the phone all the time. We text. We're planning dates. Like, how would you have liked it to have happened after you've experienced that interaction? That's the revision. Because it's the opposite of what you said happened. You said it went south. Now we're going to change it and say, actually, it was the best experience possible. And these are the things we've been experiencing ever since. We have great communication, texting good morning, texting good night. We're planning dates. We're spending a lot of time together. It's so enjoyable. Whatever feels most comfortable to you, EJ. Whatever feels most comfortable. I would say that you want to, when you write it down or when you're saying it within yourself, right before you go to bed, right when you wake up, whenever it comes to your mind, this is the repetition, right? This is you repeating it. It is on repeat. so that it can impress the subconscious. Because that's what's key. You want to impress the subconscious with the revised reality. And you don't try to make anything happen. You don't look for signs. You trust in your imagined state, in whatever you've imagined, whatever you've written down, whatever you said within yourself. And you keep, every time she comes to your mind, oh, this is such an awesome, this is so beautiful. We really enjoy one another. We're having such a great time, such great communication, such great dates. It's just so awesome, you know. And if it was a conversation that you had that caused everything to go south, because when you say it went south, I don't know. I don't want specifics either, but you know what specifically took place to make it go south. Was it a conversation that you had and there was a disagreement? You can just focus on that conversation and remember the conversation happening differently. That you didn't say something that triggered her, or she didn't say something that triggered you. That the conversation actually was harmonious and it was a great conversation, and you departed on, you know, in alignment with each other, in agreement with one another. But since you've already had the experience and you want it to be different, you know, if writing it down helps you to think of it differently. But since it was a conversation, if it was a conversation that just went south, all you required is to say, oh, what actually happened was, you know, I didn't say anything back, or, you know, I didn't get mad, or I was okay with what she said, or she was okay with what I said. You know, it could be just really simple. And it's just saying it over and over and over again. Because I don't know if I told you about the disagreement I had with my cousin. And there was a big, you know, it was a lot of back and forth, right? But for me to revise that interaction, what I did was I remembered where I was sitting at in my aunt's home. And I just said to myself, actually, I never responded. Every time it came to my mind, I would say, actually, I never responded. I never said, because if I don't respond, there's no disagreement. So I'm telling myself, actually, I never responded. I never responded. And I kept saying it and saying every time I thought about it. Went to bed thinking about it, dreamed that she came to my home, that I thought about it so much. Months later, she did come to my home. But I know you're looking for your thing to be, you know, it will be done quickly. It's not necessarily it's going to take months. This was just somebody I didn't talk to on a regular basis. So that it took months wasn't a big thing, because it wasn't somebody I talked to every day or I saw every day. I only really saw her when we got together as a family. We would have family get-togethers. And so she ended up coming to my home for my annual Christmas party. And so it wouldn't have been really any other time I would have saw her before then. But that's how I just kept telling myself, actually, that didn't happen. And when I would tell people that, they was like, but you're lying to yourself, because that did happen. You're telling a lie. There are no lies. There is no fiction. This is your world. You get to say what you want it to be. Because your power is in the now. It's not about what happened yesterday. It's not about what happened 2 weeks ago, 2 years ago. It's about, what are you thinking now? Where is your focus now? That's true, holistic. But anything that you get that you regret, all you have to do is revise it. You don't have to accept anything that you want. You don't have to accept it. You said you're manifesting someone out of your life. Okay, y'all love. Hey, D, welcome. Yes, I know that's your choice. But then you have to stop talking about them, because if they're not in your life, then they don't exist. So we don't talk about them. Hello, Mr. Unity. In ourselves. Trust in ourselves. Trust in the power that is within you. Because the power that's within you is the power that created the worlds and sustains the worlds. The universe. That power is in you. That power is in him. You live, move, and have your being. Oh, okay, Shari, welcome, welcome. Oh, is that Cherie? Is that Cherie? Shari? Am I saying that correctly? Thank you, Checkmate. Welcome, welcome. Yes. What are you manifesting, Beck? I missed it. What you said? You're manifesting the same thing. Yes, 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 Shari. Yes. Oh, Sherry. Okay, okay, Sherry. I thought so. Okay, thank you. Yes, happy Friday the 13th. Lucky, lucky 13. Welcome, Chelsea. Welcome. Yes. Right, royalty, right. I mean, if you manifesting out there your life, then we ain't talking about them, right? They no longer exist for you. Right, but then when you talk about it, that mean they still there. They still in your mind. Got you back. Okay, okay. Whatever you want to happen, Mr. Unity. I know that energy never dies. It's never created. It's only transferred or transformed, right? So life continues because I am the God of the living and not the dead. There's no death. There's only life. Life eternal. Life is infinite. You go on to experience other things. Have other experiences. Because consciousness is infinite. It is eternal. Okay, royalty. Yes, yes. So they've been kicked out of the movie. I know that's right. New casting. Who rather play these new roles? Write a new script, right? Got a new script on deck. Who ready to play this role? I got a new script. This new script is on deck. Right, Sherry, right. Well, you're God, and so you're deciding whether you can have or not have. All the promises of God and yes and amen. God never says no. You say no by unbelief. It is your unbelief. Why do you feel like you shouldn't be with someone? Why are you telling yourself that? Why are you accepting that? Don't accept that. Yes, Shayna. Yes, welcome. Okay, Daylight. Okay, one moment, y'all. Let me see something. It told me I was running I had too many apps running in the background, so I had to take the apps out my background. They said I might crash. So I'm back. Yes, Typhonian God. All metaphysical. Yes. All personifications of the mind. All about the mind, the different states we enter and exit out of. Christ, the power and wisdom of God. And that power is love. Love is the only transforming power. That's why you got to choose to love you. And when you can see the beauty in you, you can see the beauty in others. You got to love you. You got to appreciate you. You got to know that you are all there is in your world. You are all there is. You are all that exists. The world exists for you. Everyone that comes into your world is for the benefit of you. They're mirroring you. They're reflecting you. You are projecting them. It is your consciousness made manifest. That's what you see in your world. Your world is a magnified mirror. You always get back what you give out. That's law. There you go, Beck. Yep. You're not even worried about the others because you only see love. To them that are pure, all things are pure. To them that are pure. Love only sees love. The love only finds love. It's the loveless never find love. Hi, Rain, welcome. Yes, Lisa, love that. Yes. Yep. That's it, Typhonian God. And it's just all about recognition, acceptance. You have to accept the truth of your being. That's the work. Accepting the truth of who you are. For so long, we were told that we were unworthy, undeserving, right? We were beaten down. Fear-mongering everywhere you look, everywhere you turn. Being manipulated, coerced, controlled through fear. But then we come to the knowledge of self, and we're reminded what the scripture says, for I have not given you the spirit of fear, but of love, peace, and a sound mind. Because what? There is no fear in love. Because fear has torment. But perfect love casts out all fear. And those who fear are not made perfect in love. So love isn't manipulative. It isn't controlling. You don't have to compromise. It's not sacrificial. You don't have to give up anything. You don't have to give up who you are, but your negative thinking. That's the only thing you got to sacrifice. Negative beliefs. Sacrifice the error. The error was you're a sinner from the beginning. That's the lie. We sacrifice that old man, that old state. The being that once believed in that, we're sacrificing. We're putting that to death. And we're never resurrecting it. We're never giving it life again. We're burying it. And we're going to let the dead bury the dead. We're going to leave that right where it is. And we're going to understand what love is. That love is not painful. It is not hurtful. I know scripture says, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made, where it's not talking about to fear or be afraid or scared of anything. It means to reverence, to be in awe of. I reverence the being I am. Because marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knows quite well. I know that I am created majestically. I am of the royal priesthood. I am the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. Yes, Beck. Yes, yes. Yes, here to witness our creations. Yes. No, the island. Welcome, welcome. Nope, I don't believe in coincidences. We are the cause of everything that comes into our experience. You know, man doesn't have a great memory. We don't remember a lot of things that we say, a lot of things that we think, a lot of things that we emotionalized. And then when it shows up in our world, we be like, now I know I didn't sow this seed, but it couldn't happen in your world unless you did. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sows, he shall also reap. You always get an identical harvest. But here's the great thing. As I said over and over and over again, we have mercy. And mercy is what Neville Goddard calls the art of revision. You don't have to accept any experience. You can change it. I don't care what it is. You don't have to accept it. Remember it differently. Yes, welcome, Elle. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, afternoon, evening. I know, right? Well, there's no such thing as intrusive thoughts. Those thoughts are impressed upon the subconscious. Now it's time to impress new thoughts. Nothing can, this is the law of attraction. This isn't the law of intrusion. Nothing can, nothing can insert itself into your life. No man, no manifestation comes to me unless the Father within me, which is my own consciousness, draws them to me. So now what you have to do is learn to cultivate the new thoughts, the thoughts you want to think. By first, if you catch yourself finishing a negative thought, stop it. And it's only when you notice, because it's only in the power of awareness, right? Your power is in your awareness. If you only that what you're aware of, you can change. So if you notice it, stop it. And just say you didn't stop it. Just say you continued on down that rabbit hole of negativity. And now you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I'm back in this rabbit hole of negative thoughts. No, we're not going to judge it. We're not going to criticize it. We're going to give ourselves grace. And we're going to say, okay, but my power is in the now moment. Not what just happened 5 minutes ago. Not what just happened 5 weeks ago. Not what just happened 5 days ago. My power is in the now moment. So now I realize that I went down that rabbit hole again. So guess what I'm going to do? Change it. I'm going to change it. I'm going to say, well, actually, I was thinking whatever positive thoughts come to mind. And you're going to do this purposefully, intentionally, deciding in that moment to think wonderfully of yourself. To think how you would have thought if you were aware 5 minutes ago. How you would have thought if you were aware 5 weeks ago. Because there is no past, there is no future, you only have now. You only have the eternal now. It's what you're thinking now that counts. All that other stuff don't matter. What am I thinking now? So right now I'm going to think everything always works out for me. I don't care what's going on. It all works out for me. Things always work together for my good. Because I am called for a purpose. And the purpose is I'm going to express that which I desire to be and to have. And I'm doing it now. I have faith that what I have asked for shall surely come. I have no evidence, but that's faith. Faith says that it's the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of me not being able to see it. But I've seen it here. I've imagined it. I've spoke it. And my word shall not return unto me void. I stand on the truth of my word. My truth shall not lie. God is a God that God is not man that he shall lie. I am God. I am everything. Everything is I am. It must be as I say it is. And so it is. Because that's what it must be. I speak it. And thus I have it. Hi, Dina. Welcome. Everyone already has the spirit. Holy Ghost just means the wholeness of spirit. No one is without the spirit. The spirit gives life. Without the spirit, there will be no life. So everyone already has the spirit. The spirit dwells in a temple made without hands. It's not something you get. It's not something you earn. It's something that you are. You are consciousness, having a human experience. Yes, Ayla, yes. Yes, Natalie, that's it. Exactly, Vanessa, because they're rooted in you. You're the one thinking it. You the one said that you're having an issue. You're the only thinker in your reality. That's the only creator. Because really the issue with them is the issue with you. There is no them. Everyone is you pushed out. Because if you really thought about the issue that you're having, you will notice that that issue is found within you. You just don't like the reflection. You don't like what the mirror is showing you. I know that's hard to hear, but everyone is your mirror. It's not a them, it's a you. It's never them. We're the ones having the thoughts. We're the ones thinking it. Thus, we're the ones creating it. Okay, charismatic. Okay, cool, cool. So you done dozed off, huh? Right, right. Yep. Well, remember, they don't have power unless you give it, right? Nothing has power over you unless you give it power over you. Nothing. I don't care who it is, what it is. You're the thinker. You're the observer. You're having this reality. I know, Vanessa. I know. I hate to look at the mirror too. It's whatever you believe, Typhonian God. Which one you think got the real stuff in it? It's according to your faith. This your reality. Which book you think got the truth? Oh, we thank you for your presence, royalty. Thank you, thank you. Okay, well then, holy tablets. That's it. It's your world. Oh, okay, okay, Typhonian God. Okay. Yes, inward holds the truth. Yep. Remember, if we can learn to take the focus off the world, right? Is no one to change but self. No one to change but self. There's only I am. That's all there is. There's only I am. That's all there is. I am. Everyone you look at, you're looking at reflections or projections of you. What you subconsciously believe to be true. And sometimes you're not always aware of those subconscious beliefs until they play out in your world. And then you understand that, oh, if scripture is true, and I believe it is, I accept that it's true, then they couldn't be here unless I drew them, because that's the law of attraction. They're only in my world because I brought them here to play the part that I wrote. I wrote a script, and I believed in certain characteristics. I have certain beliefs about people and how they show up. You know, we have this way of saying that they always. Do you find yourself saying that about people? Well, that's your expectation of them. And if you think that they're always going to be a way, then don't be surprised when they show you that they're always going to be that way, because you just said they're always that way. They don't have to be that way. You can perceive them differently. You can understand that the only reason why you're seeing it because you identify with it. Or else how could you see it? How could you see something that you're not already aware of? It would be impossible. You can't see things that you're not aware of. That's the only reason why you're seeing it, because you're aware of it. Yep. Everybody is everybody. Because I am everything and everything is I am. Yes, infinite worlds. That's it. There are as many worlds as there are people in this world because everyone has their own perspective. Everyone has their own individualized perspective or how they're perceiving their reality or experience. Now you had Chocolate Covered Soul because I kept getting kicked out of Instagram, and so I had to combine the two videos, and that takes up a lot of storage. So I have to see if I'll be able to upload it because it kept kicking me out yesterday. And I think it's because people were calling me, and I had my phone silenced, so I didn't recognize that they were calling me, and Instagram was just kicking me out. So I don't know how long I was kicked out for. I recognized that I was kicked out like 2 or 3 times. So you said hyper. Why you put hyper aware? I mean, you're just aware of them. So what does that mean? What does that mean to you? What do you think that means? What's your perception of being hyper aware of strangers? You know, when I go out into the world, I'm like, oh, I'm going to see me. I'm going to see smiling faces, smiling people, lovely interactions. Going to the grocery store, greet the people, say hi, smile. Some smile back. That's okay. Some don't smile, but that's okay. Oh, okay, Chocolate Covered Soul, yeah. But remember, Mia, you're the one having that reality. You're thinking that. You're having that thought. That's a belief of yours. That strangers just stand out to you and they're just lingering. Does that make you feel uneasy? Are you uncomfortable? That you're aware of this? Does their lingering do something to you? Are you having an emotional reaction? Like, why are they lingering? What's wrong with them? What's going on? Why are they just standing around? Are you complaining? Are you judging? I mean, because here's the thing. We all judge, right? We all judge. But are you judging from a critical standpoint? Like, instead of being like, oh, it's so many wonderful people hanging around. Oh, I wonder what they're doing. What they're doing. They're just hanging out. Or is it like, oh, why people just all around? Man, won't they just go somewhere? Like, what's your thoughts about the strangers? Because they're just playing the role that you're giving them. You writing the script. You telling the story. It's your perceived reality. More and more and more, right, Dina? More and more what you focus on. Because if you took your attention away, if you gave your focus to something else, you would notice something differently. Right? Whatchamacallit? Right. And they're thinking whatever you're thinking. Because you're the only creator in your reality. So whatever thoughts you're having about them, that's the thoughts they're having. Because you are the thinker in this reality. Yep, Chocolate Covered Soul. Yep, everything is a reflection of you. You had certain beliefs. You had certain beliefs that had to manifest. You had certain beliefs that manifested. I know, right? Whatchamacallit? Yeah, we got to talk to ourselves and tell ourselves, look, I'm going to need you to think something differently right about now. We about to change this up because this ain't happening. This ain't what's happening. Now, we need to do something differently. All right, we got to talk to ourselves, right? Yeah, so here's the thing, Chocolate Covered Soul. Because you created it, you have the power to recreate it. This is what this knowledge helps you with. It reminds you that you are the operant power. You don't have to accept what's going on, but to the extent that you believe it, your world must change. That's why it's important to impress the subconscious with the new belief through what? Repetition. And the repetition comes through your inner conversations, during your prayer, during your meditations, right before bed, right when you wake up, during the course of the day, whenever it comes to mind. How are you thinking? Or are you just worrying all the time? Are you worrying and doubtful? You're not trusting that that it has worked out for you, that it has worked in your favor. Whatever it is specifically you're talking about, yes, we create the situations. Here's the thing. We don't get to say how our beliefs play out, right? When you're desiring a thing, to say you want a new car, and your only thing is, Neville Goddard teaches, is to believe you have the new car already. Whether you're going to be general and just say, I just want a new car, the make, model, the year, it doesn't matter. I just want a new car. Or you can be more specific and say, yeah, I want the 2021 Lexus Coupe, or, Mazda or Nissan Maxima, whatever, right? You can decide either way. You can be general or you can be specific. And you're just saying, I know I have this car. I know this, I desire a new car. I know I have it. You don't get to say how you're going to get it. You're going to be led across a bridge of incidents. The bridge of incidents could be somebody selling a car and they're going to give a great deal to you, and they just really want to get rid of it, and they may sell it to you for $5,000. Or you may have a desire to go into a sweepstakes and you win the new car. Or you have the money to go purchase the car and you just go get the car. Or you decided, I don't want to use my money. I want to manifest a new car, but I don't want to use any of my money. And so you're believing, oh, I got this new car and I didn't have to use any of my money. This is amazing. I got this new car. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. And I didn't have to use any of my money. Somebody may gift you a car. And like I said, you may get sweepstakes. Like, it's so many ways that this can come into your experience. The thing is that you're not supposed to be concerned with how it manifests. So same thing when it comes to limiting beliefs or negative beliefs. So if you're a person that believes that it's hard for me to save money, I eke out a living, I live paycheck to paycheck, every time I want to save money, some emergency comes up. You don't get to decide what emergency shows up, but emergency will make an appearance. You'll have to replace all your tires on your car, or, something breaks down, or there's a medical emergency, or someone in your family really needs your help and you feel obligated to help them. Some situation will come up to prove to you that, yes, money is hard for you to save. You're going to always live paycheck to paycheck. There'll be something. You'll go on vacation and you'll end up spending more money than you had expected, or some emergency comes up where you end up having to spend more money. Something's going to come up to confirm to you that, yes, money, it don't like me, because that's what you believe. You believe money is hard. It's Oh, wow. Okay, all love. Yeah. See? Because I have a friend that says, I don't know if you ever heard of Murphy's Law. She believes anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And she wondered why she keep experiencing these things. Because she really believes what can go wrong will go wrong. And, I talk to her, tell her, you're creating this by saying this, by thinking this way. If you would just believe that everything works out for me, that, expect the best and get the best, believe that everything works in your favor, you know, if you would just change your mindset and tell yourself all things are working together for my good, you know, continue to remind yourself that everything works out for you. But she was like, I'm just one of the people, some can go wrong and will go wrong. And then her life continues to show her that. It confirms it to her. There's one thing about the law. It don't overstep your belief. It's not interfering. It's not interjecting. This is the law of attraction. You get what you believe. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. That's it, all love. Yep. Yeah, because complaining has never solved anything. All right, your little brother out of the mouths of babes, right? Now, what is Luke 6:38? Ayla, I'm not familiar with what. I probably know the scripture, but I don't know, like, what's Luke 6:38? But yeah, our world will always. Oh, okay. Yep. Got you. Okay, that's Luke 6:38. Cool. Yep. Yeah, that's why I said you got to be careful how you judge, right? How you judge should be judged back to you. The same measurement you use should be measured to you again. Yep, he's right. He said, I'm always right. I like that. Yes. He's right. We are always right. We are always right about our life. We are. Because whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. That's the good and the bad, no matter what it is. However you're judging it, however you're labeling it. Oh, yes. That's awesome, PE91. Welcome. That's interesting. So, Joe, this statement you just made, you believe what you just said was true, right? Oh, what's facts? Like alternative facts? Trump told y'all you could have alternative facts. It's whatever you can convince someone of, whatever you can convince yourself of. That's why people end up not having new experiences, because they only want the facts. But the law of assumption says, an assumption, though false, if persistent in, shall harden into fact. So here's the thing. If you were diagnosed with an illness and someone told you that without the use of medication, without any treatments, you could heal yourself, would you accept that, or would you say, no, it's impossible? That cannot be done. Because it will be done unto you as you believe. Right? That was the whole ministry of the Christ, right? He went around healing people without the use of medicine. He told them that it's their faith that makes them whole. Right, all of right, right, right. Well, in those two statements, that shows you there is no such thing as a fact. Because if some can be healed from it and some can't, then what's true? What's the difference between those who were healed naturally and those who died from diseases? What's the difference between the two examples you just gave? What's the two examples? You say you got a very analytical line. Right, Frederick. Right. What's the difference between the person that healed naturally and the person who died from the disease? What's the difference between the two? Why did it work for one and not the other? Joe? Because I'm in total agreement with you. That's the thing, Mariah. You're not making anything happen. I of my own self can do nothing. It's the Father within me. He doeth the work. It's the higher self. It's the consciousness. It's the invisible self. Will all people die from cancer, Joe? It's not about most people. Because it's a fact. That means no one ever gets healed from cancer. Do people get healed from cancer? Yes or no? And what causes one person to be healed from cancer and not another? Why did the treatment work for one and not the other? Again, with the very few people. Does it happen or does it not happen? Because you're just confirming what I'm saying. You do get this, right? You're confirming what I'm saying, not what you're saying. Because you're not saying all. You're saying most, some, a few. But if it's a fact, you'll never see its opposite. You'll never see a contradiction. If cancer kills you, it should kill all people, not some, not many, not most. Everyone who gets cancer should all die from cancer, but they don't. Everyone who gets cancer, everyone doesn't die. I don't deal with statistics. I don't even know what the probability, but the possibility could be very high that you will be successful. Why are you dealing in the negative? Why are you being negative about it? Why can't you believe that you would be healed? Why are you saying no, you will surely die? Yeah, but if people just base their life on statistics, we wouldn't have the automobile, the airplane, the ships, technology. If we went by only what we see, we would never experience anything new. If we only went by statistics, because statistically, before the airplane was created, before it manifested into a real thing, no one had ever seen anyone flying a mechanical bird, and they were being told it was impossible, that could not be a thing. Yes, yes, Typhonian God, yes. But again, it's according, as this just shows you, everything is, again, done according to your belief, as much as people want to give the opposing point of view. That the reason why the people that didn't die from cancer is because they didn't accept the diagnosis. They accepted life. They believed they wanted to be in this body a few more years. They didn't accept the prognosis of the doctor. And some did. Some did accept it. And I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying that's what happens. Hello, Belo. Right, tap on your God, right. Is it necessary for them to remember numbers? You know, my grandson is really good, but he doesn't have a cell phone, but he does have an iPad. And he loves his video games, but he's very, very good with numbers. He's 6, and he's been knowing his multiplication since he was about 4. He's really good. He loves numbers. He know his 8s, his 7s, his 6 multiplication table. Go ahead, Key. Go ahead. Right. I hear what you're saying. Right. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Not just phone numbers. Right. Go ahead, Key. You go ahead. Did you want to come up, or you want to give the question in the chat? He is. Ever since he was born, I called him my Buddha, the wise one. Okay, cool. I've been calling, he's my Buddha. I'm like, you're wise, you're a wise one. My little Buddha. And he is super, super intelligent. Super. He be blowing our mind. He was the one, I don't know if I told you, if you heard this story, Typhonian God, is my oldest daughter, she also practices law of assumption. You know, she recognizes the power within. And so she lets my grandson listen to Reverend Ike. And so he was listening to Reverend Ike one morning. He said, so God is I can and Satan is I can't. He's like, so Mom, can you help me stop saying I can't? I was like, wow. You said my interpretation? Does it need translating? I mean, right. The reason, I mean, I would basically just be restating what he just said. I don't know if I can put it in my own words, that the reason why you will never experience what it is that you want is because you don't believe you can have it. You have not accepted its reality. Yes, Typhonian God. I was like, okay, that's my Buddha. That's my Buddha. Out of the mouths of babes, right? They do. Yes, Lonnie G, welcome. Oh, okay. You see it doesn't click. Yes. So you already have that which you desire. You already are whatever you want to be. And because you deny it is the reason why you don't see it. Does that sound clear to you? Did you hear me, Key? Yep, you don't believe you have it, so you can't see it. Right, so you understand it, Key. You got it. Is that a question to me, Nicole? Welcome, welcome. Yep, that's it, Lonnie G. See, because most people would tell themselves that they don't have it simply just because they say they can't see it. So they can't believe in its reality because they need to see it first in order to accept it. People will only accept that they're rich if they see, like, $2 million in the bank. If they don't got $2 million in the bank, then it's hard for them to accept that they're rich. They need to see it first. They have to see it to believe it. But if you can believe in its reality without the evidences of the senses, then it shall show up in your world. It's never vain imaginations. You're just expanding your consciousness, Mariah. And yes, the work is to accept them. And how do you accept them? Through repetition. You must impress the subconscious. The subconscious must be impressed. And you do that through repetition in prayer and in meditation. Yes, that's what it is, Key. Yep. Unlimited. Yes. Infinite versions. With PE91, the way I do it, I continue to talk to myself. It's just like, see, when we were younger, we were programmed by our society, by our environment, right? It's just like when you learned your ABCs. How did you learn them? Through repetition. You kept saying them over and over and over and over and over again, right? How did you learn your times tables? You kept saying them over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? And now with the knowledge of self, you can understand that you can say something over and over and over and over again, even though you can't see it physically, and it will show up in your world materially or physically or externally. Because the subconscious isn't trying to decipher what's real or what's imagined, because imagining is reality. Be the friend. Twice. You're the friend that you're drawing to you. So do you think that your visions are vain imaginations, Mariah? Because to cast down vain imaginations means to cast down the lie, the error, the falsehood, the belief that you're less than, that you're unworthy, that the power is outside of you, that there's something greater than you, that you can't have that what you have asked for. That's the vain imagination that must be cast down. Oh, no, I haven't read that, Key. Hello, Twice. Welcome. Oh, P91. In the beginning, when I started off like 2 minutes, 5 minutes, because I had never done it before. And when you first start off, 2 minutes would seem like a long time in the beginning. In the beginning, training your mind to focus on one thought, a minute, 2 minutes seemed like an eternity if you've never done it before. Now I can meditate for hours now, like it. But in the beginning, but most people meditate like 10 to 15 minutes a day once they have a steady routine. But I have the liberty of being a stay-at-home wife, so I don't have to, I can do whatever I want to do during the course of the day. And so, sometimes I meditate right before I come on live. I'll take an hour and sit with myself. I definitely meditate on my way to sleep. I meditate when I first wake up in the morning. That's usually the longest time I meditate, because sometimes I'm up at 3:30, 4:30 in the morning, and I will meditate. Sometimes I won't go back to sleep. So sometimes I'll be meditating to 6 o'clock. So, I'm just thinking and asking myself questions, letting those answers come up, getting a better understanding of some scriptures. Sometimes I ask myself questions about scriptures. I'll be led to go read something, read a book. Yeah. Oh, okay, Key. Oh, that sound like a good read. Yep. You ever heard Reverend I talk about that? About all the places that people thought that the truth would be hidden, and how it said that to hide it in man, because that will be the last place he'd look. That man won't search within himself. He'll look outside everywhere. He'll look in a book. He'll climb the highest mountain, dive into the deepest oceans, right? But the last place that man will look to define himself will be within himself. Well, it's not hard, PE91. You just have to practice it. And tell yourself the more you do it, the easier it becomes. I used to say the same thing, that it was difficult. But I just found you can't give up. You got to persist. It's just like if you were going to learn, say you never played an instrument before and you were deciding to learn an instrument. In the beginning, it will be a little challenging, right? You've never played the piano. You didn't know how to play, the horn or something, or a violin or guitar, and you're deciding to learn how to play it. In the beginning, it may be a little challenging because it's new. But that's what anything that's new to us, that, like when you first learned how to ride a bike, or when you first learned how to drive a car, right? You're like super focused, and you're like making sure that you don't hit anything. You're making sure the mirrors are right? And not driving too close to the curb, But then you found that the more you did it, the easier it becomes. The same thing with meditation. In the beginning, your thoughts are going to be like rambling sheep. They just going to be going all over the place. You're going to have that, what some people call the monkey mind. Your mind is going to do what it wants to do. And you telling it, you may say, I'm just going to focus on love. I'm just going to say love over and over and over again. Next thing you know, you wondering what you're going to have for dinner. You wondering if you did all the laundry. You got to go grocery shopping. You going to find your mind all the way over there. And you told it, focus on love. Focus on love. And you over here thinking about everything else. All you do, bring it back. Bring it back. Yep. That's right, Dina. Yep. That's what that happens to all of us, P91. That's how it is. That's why you got to practice. It happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. I never said it was hidden. Never said the truth was hidden. No, the truth isn't hidden. The truth is all for all to see. People just not ready to hear the truth. You're not ready for the truth. You can't handle the truth. What movie is that? You can't handle the truth. Yep, you got to drop the hard. It comes so easy to me. Yep, the more I do it, 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 the easier it becomes. Hey, Mel. I won't say that I go into a trance state. If I do, I'm not aware of it. A lot of times I may drift back off to sleep and I may go into like a dream state. I'll start dreaming something. Yeah, but the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. The more you practice it, but don't give up. Okay, Key. Yes, I understand what you're saying. When I meditate, it's not so much of trying to stop thoughts. It's more of focusing thought for me. It's about focusing my thoughts. Communing with my own self upon thy bed. And stilling the thoughts, which means to me to focus, to train, to get them under subjection. And I will ask myself questions and allow the questions to permeate. Sometimes I get the answer during meditation. Sometimes it comes when I'm not thinking about it. It'll be, like I ask a question and then when I'm not thinking about it, you're like, oh, that's what it meant. Or I'll read the answer or I'll see it in a movie or, it just comes in many different ways. That's the thing. You have to be open to how you receive the information. Be open. Yes, Mariah. It's however, what resonates with you. Everyone is here to have their own experience, right? Everyone's journey is different. No two people, no two individuals are going to experience this life the same because everyone is going to have their own perceived realities. Just know not to judge it. There's no right or wrong. Okay, and to die up. Oh, never heard of that. I never heard of that author. But like I said, I know you've read a lot of books, Typhonian God. You be dropping those authors on us. Yep. No, nothing to unpack, P90. Don't look at it from that perspective. Or try not to see it from that perspective. It's just all about getting familiar with yourself. That's really all it is. Getting familiar with yourself. Deciding what it is you would like to experience. Meditation to me, for me, others it may be different, is to bring my mind under subjection. For me to master my mind. Tell my mind what I want it to think. What I want that subconscious to believe. Because whatever I impress upon the subconscious must be expressed in my reality. That's what I use meditation for. I'm not using meditation to, fix anything. There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. When you come to the revelation of the God self, you recognize you're perfect, you're whole, you're complete, and you lack no good thing. And it's just about identifying and acknowledging that truth. Yes, Mel, yes. Oh, okay. Yes, Mariah, most people could probably agree with you on that. And so It's all about what is your perception of forgiveness, right? Most people look at forgiveness as needing someone else to take accountability, right? That's how most people view forgiveness. I need them to own up to what they did. I need them to say that they have hurt me, that they have done me wrong. I need an apology. I need an acknowledgement. I need changed behavior. That is what most people view forgiveness. And that's why with forgiveness, if you're looking for accountability on the part of the other, then forgiveness will continue to be foreign to you. Because forgiveness is never about the other person. It never is. Forgiveness is not about the other person. This self-knowledge is about recognizing that no one has hurt you. But can you accept that, Mariah? Can you accept that no one has hurt you? Can you receive that? Right, so no more apologies. Okay, Lisa, welcome. That's why it's difficult to forgive. Because forgive is the ability to forget. They're equal. I feel you, Lisa. I know and I'm only saying it because I have truly forgiven. So I know what that challenge is. But Neville Goddard and Dr. Joseph Murphy helped me to understand that since everyone is me pushed out, everyone is playing a part based on my subconscious beliefs. The people in my world that hurt me, they could only hurt me because I believed I could be hurt. I was self-hurt. I didn't know that I was creating this reality by accepting that I was less than, that I was unworthy, that I was a sinner from the beginning, that people lie and they cheat and they're dishonest, that they always want something from you, they're controlling, they're manipulative. I believe this about people in general. And so I'm going to experience those things because those are core beliefs I had impressed upon my subconscious. But then I come to the revelation of truth. And I come to recognize that I am my brother. I am my mother. I am my sister. I am my neighbor. That the only enemy I have is my inner me, my own beliefs. Now, how I got these beliefs, most of them were from other people. Other people told me this is just how life is. People are going to mistreat you. People are going to take advantage of you and manipulate you. People are going to be dishonest. People are going to do all kinds of things to you. That's what we're told when we come into this world. And so that's what we experience. And so now it's like deconstruction. Now you got to, this is the vain imaginations, Mariah, you have to cast down. Thinking that someone else has power over you. That someone else has the ability to control you, to manipulate you, to make you feel less than. The only way the only reason they have the ability to do that is because you gave them the power to do so. So now we have to operate in compassion. And we have to come to the realization that those that hurt me were mostly because they were hurt themselves. They didn't know who they were. Thank you, Ema. They didn't know who they were. And so they only did what was done to them. And that's what people call the generational curses, right? You've heard of that term, generational curses. People just keep doing to the next generation what was did to the previous generation. And then the next generation does what the previous generation does. And then comes to you. And you come to the realization that, okay, in order for me to experience well-being, health, happiness, love, compassion, kindness, I must forgive, which means I must forget. I must let it go. I must have compassion on those who do not deserve my compassion. Because I understand as long as I continue to hold on to the hurt, I will continue to experience hurt. But if I can be loosed and set free, and I have compassion, not just for them, because it's not about them, but compassion for me. I'm going to give myself compassion. I'm going to give myself grace. I'm going to give myself the love that I wanted to receive from another. I'm going to recognize that I'm whole, I'm complete, and there's nothing wrong with me. Regardless of what my parents told me, what my significant other told me, my friends and other family members, regardless of what they told me, I'm going to sit and meditate on the truth of me. And the truth is, I am love. I am light. I am whole. I am complete. And you got to keep telling, because here's the thing. You were told all your life you were not worth anything. Now you have to replace that and now put on repeat that I am love. I am kind. I am joyful. I am forgiving. I am compassionate. I am harmonious. I am full of, my joy is full. It's to overflowing. Because that's the work of seeing yourself differently. Yes, Mariah, that's because they didn't like who they were. But you have to ask yourself, how long are we going to hold on to that anger? How long are we going to hold on to that hurt? How long are we going to allow those experiences to have dominion over us, to have control over us? And I'm not saying you can't be angry about what took place, but how long are we going to be angry? I'm not saying you can't cry about it. How long are we going to cry about it? How long are we going to continue to keep telling that story? You have to be willing to see it from a different place. Well, don't you want to claim your family for yourself, Lisa? Hello, Khaleesi. It does. It does. And I'm in agreement with that. It does rob you of yourself. But this is why you come into this knowledge, to restore the self, to acknowledge, to restore, to take your power back, to embrace the power within you, to embrace the love within you, to truly forgive, to let go of the hurt, to no longer let that define you. Not settling. Because you really do have the power. You're so powerful that you can remember your childhood differently, to the point that the things that you think you remember, the things that you think that took place, you can remember it differently, to the point that it doesn't affect you anymore. But it's about your willingness to do so. But I'm going to believe, I'm choosing to believe in your wholeness. I'm choosing to believe in that you're complete. I'm choosing to believe that you have truly forgiven in your heart, and you have allowed the true you, the true self, to be expressed. It's time to rewrite that story. It's time to write a different story. That's truly taking your power back, by telling a different story, by saying that those things did not impact relationships, my dreams, my finances, that I am thriving in this moment right now. I'm choosing to thrive from this day forward. I'm choosing to view my life differently. I'm choosing to speak blessings over my life. I'm choosing to speak joy, love, harmony over my life now. I'm choosing to meditate on these truths. I'm choosing to operate in my power. I'm choosing not to let anyone else have control over my thoughts and over my feelings about who and what I am. I'm choosing to recognize the God power within me that will restore everything that was lost. Because there is nothing lost in all my holy mountain, and I'm reclaiming it now. And I'm walking in this power. I'm standing in this truth. That I am love. I am light. I am peace. I am joy. I'm choosing to make those claims, and I'm going to live by them. And I'm going to bed in that state. I'm waking up in that state. Every time I remember the hurt, the trauma, I'm transmuting it and saying, not anymore. That's not who I am. I am no longer that little girl. I am no longer that hurt person. Hey, Jake, welcome. Nope, you don't have to accept anything. You don't have to settle. You don't have to compromise. My end is greater than my beginning. Oh, wow. Okay, Jake. That's awesome. Yes. Don't ever think you have to settle. Because you don't. This is your life. Truly take hold of your life. Truly to speak the life you desire to have. And be persistent in that. But this has to be a daily practice. This has to be morning, noon, and night. You're reprogramming the subconscious which really just means you're acknowledging the truth of your being. But because the truth is you're all powerful, that you are abundantly blessed in every area of your life. That as you speak these things and remind yourself of these things, it must be so. But that is the work. And the more you do it, then you're telling yourself, the easier it becomes. The more I remind myself that I am love, that I am complete, that I am whole, that I lack no good thing, the easier it becomes, and I start to see it reflected in my world. I'm noticing that the hurt, the pain is dissipating. The more I do it, it dissipates. It's dying. It's dying. Every moment that I do it. But you can do it. You have the power to. You have the power to let go. And no longer be a victim to your past. No longer be a victim to your past. Your power is in now. The now. What do you want now? Live from that state. Whatever you want is possible for you to have now. Now. That's the work. Yes, that's how you get even more confirmation, whatchamacallit. Because you will start to see it in those who live, those around you. They have to reflect the change. That's law. It has to be reflected back to you. And in the beginning, it may seem like nothing has changed. In the beginning, it will seem like, oh my goodness, they're still the same time. I still see, but that's because it's just like a chicken with its head cut off. When you cut the chicken at the neck and the head, the chicken still appears to have life, but you know you've killed it because you cut the head off. Even though the chicken appeared to have life. We don't go by appearances. We go by what we're creating in our mind, in our reality. In a way you do not know, and in a time you least expect, your world shifts and changes and reflects back to you that which you have been impressing upon your subconscious. Yes, welcome 1 in a million. Yes. Hey, yes, everything's up. Yes. That's it, all love. They will. Your world has to reflect the change you've made within yourself. You must make the change within you. You leave them alone and you only change your perspective about your life, about what you desire to see, that you're whole, that you're happy, that you're complete, that you're joyful, that you're successful, that you're abundantly blessed in all things. Yes, we can walk in our power and authority. It's a choice. It is a choice. We're always given a choice. We can remember to remember. We can choose to remember the past, or we can choose to let it go, because it's no longer the past when you're thinking about it now. You're making it your current reality. Hello, Miss V. Yes, Mariah, that's right. They can be used as the source. Exactly. The imagining is done within. The reality is what you experience outwardly. Chocolate covered soul. So it's what you're thinking, what you're creating inwardly must be expressed outwardly, which is your reality. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. What you're imagining, you become. Whatever that looks like, whatever you're thinking about. As we say imagine, it's not just what you visualize, it's what you're saying to yourself, right? It's that inner dialogue. It's your mental diet. It's your inner conversations you're creating. Because you think morning, noon, and night. You're always thinking. With Toyia, okay, believe that they're okay. Believe. And to the point that you believe it, it shall be so. Yes, yes, 1 in a million. Yes. Because it's your thoughts about a thing that makes it true, Toyia K. So know that they are all is well with them. That whenever you hear something regarding them, it's of good report. No matter who the information comes from, no matter how you hear about it, it's of good report. Right? Because we're the only thinker in our reality. Everyone is rooted in us. It's our thoughts about a thing that makes it true. It doesn't matter what you've experienced, you shall be made whole. Your faith makes you whole. Go thy way in peace. That the peace of God that passes all understanding fill your hearts and your minds. Because the peace I give you, it's not as the world gives you peace. And since that peace comes from within, it can never be taken away. Own your peace. Choose what reality you want to live in from this day forward. From now, the eternal now. Because what you're thinking now, you're creating for your future now. Because there is no future. It's the eternal now. But you always have a choice. I say choose life. Choose life. Let go of the pain. Let go of the hurt. Let go of the resentment. Let go of the regret. Choose life. Prove to yourself that those experiences don't define you. Prove to yourself that you can love you despite all the things, all the hurts, all the trauma. Prove to you, prove it to yourself. It's not about anyone else. It's not about what anyone else thinks. It's not about what anyone else says. It's about what you believe, what you're going to accept. And accept I am love. I am worthy. I am whole. I am complete. Yes, definitely. We enjoyed Ima's live. Yes, yes, yes. It was my first time. Enjoyed it immensely. Yes. So what are you assuming about life? What are you imagining? Imagine better than the best you know. Make it big. Make it grand. Yes, Chelsea. Yes, I love this. This should be on repeat, right? This is what we're constantly saying about ourselves, reminding ourselves of the truth. Yeah, that's what this Bible will describe PE as double-mindedness. The only thing you should be imagining is that the wish fulfilled. Don't worry about how it's going to come, when it's going to come, and what way it's going to come. It's already done. So just live your life in expectation, knowing that your desires shall surely come, though it tarry, though it may seem like it's taking a long time. It's not. Every desire have its own appointed time, and it shall not be late. It always comes exactly when it's supposed to come. Always. Oh, yes, 1 in a million. It's about mastering that mind, transforming your thinking. Training yourself not to worry, to give no thought to how it's going to show up. Give no thought. Don't worry. It's already done. Be not afraid, only believe. It's a practice, though. But that's why it's all about impressing that subconscious through repetition. That's why you want to do it. That's why Neville encourages going to sleep in the fulfilled state. Go to sleep, imagining yourself as already being the person you desire to be. And during the day, you're being mindful that you're not uprooting the seed that you planted, that you're not trying to look and see if it's growing. You're not trying to see if it took root. You're trusting that, no, you're pregnant with the seed and you shall give birth. It shall spring forth. It shall surely come to pass. Because why? It's already done. Nice, whatchamacallit. Nice, nice. Love that. So now you got clarity. I used to think that The luxury car I would get would be a Lexus. When I was younger, I used to think that, you know, I wanted a Lexus. But then when I was able to buy my luxury car, I ended up getting the Mercedes Benz. I got the smaller SUV, the GLC. But I was like, I had, you know, I could have went and purchased a Lexus. But then I was able to get a Mercedes, so I upgraded. Okay, Miss B, that's your car. Yeah, my dream car was the Lexus, so I thought. Thank you, Miss B. I've had it since 2018. I didn't buy it brand new though. It was a 2016, and I bought it in 2018. Yes, whatchamacallit. And you know, in the beginning, when I was deciding to get the Mercedes, it took me a while. It took me a few months before I went and purchased it, because I had this thing where I had to do some recalibrating with getting before I bought it, because I had almost like this kind of fear attached to it. I thought that, oh, I get this car, the police are going to say, you know, I had these thoughts going on. I'm like, okay, I need to refocus my mind. I need to understand, don't nobody care that I have this car other than me. And so my husband was like, he was telling me I should get it in the summer, but I felt uneasy about getting it. So I found the car that I wanted in the summer, the price I wanted to pay for it and everything. I didn't purchase it until like October of 2018. And the car was still there. The price was still the same. And I didn't go get it until I felt easy about having it. It's like you don't even be knowing that you weren't easy about getting things that you can have until it's time for you to get it. And then all these subconscious programmed beliefs come up, and you're like, oh man, I didn't even know that I would be resistant to getting something that I could afford. Allowing what society would say about, you know, being, you know, somebody look like me having, you know, a certain type of car. Because I had never experienced anything with police. I never been pulled over, never received a ticket. You know, I started driving in my early 20s, and now I'm early 50s. And I'm just like, why am I creating this reality? You know, I've never had that reality. Oh, okay. Typhonian God. Okay. For one tire repair. Oh. Oh, okay, whatchamacallit, okay. I have no idea what those cars look like, but I'm sure they look awesome. Oh, never been a BMW fan. Okay, okay. But yes, I know. Do you know what color? The color doesn't matter. Oh, okay, yes, whatchamacallit, yes. Okay, okay, that sounds really nice. That sounds pretty nice. Nice. Yep. Because it's like when you have desires, you have to allow yourself to receive it. Because sometimes we be feeling unworthy or undeserving. And it's like you trying to prove that you're supposed to have something, and that isn't required. But reconditioning the mind to know that no, you can have this. It's okay. Don't nobody care that you got it other than you. You're the only one thinking those thoughts. You're the only one thinking that you don't deserve it, that you're unworthy. Only certain people are supposed to have this, or, it's for everybody else but for you. It's like that's the reconditioning that you have to allow yourself to go through. So like, no, I'm supposed to have a good life. I'm supposed to live, have an abundant life. My life's supposed to be whatever I say it's supposed to be. Yes, me too, Mariah. It helps me too. Yep. Because we all have to level up, as they say. We all have to level up. Yes. I can just imagine, Jake. Yes. And you say you don't use an app, right? You don't use an app. I think I may try the sleep tapes. I've never tried the sleep tapes. I think the only time I did it, okay, that's not true. I did when I first started, when I was listening to You Are Creators, and they had like a guided meditation. But I'm just like, I don't want to listen to someone else's voice. I want to record like you're doing, Jake, and record my own voice and listen to my own voice telling me the life I have as I sleep. Because those subliminals, yes. That's just like when we're watching TV, right? All the subliminals that come through the programming. And that's how we get a lot of the beliefs that we have based on, how we were talked to when we were watching different programs on TV. Or listening to different conversations that our families had. Or what we were told while we were in school. And so now it's like you were told what to believe. Now you have to tell yourself what to believe. Now you have to decide what is it that you agree with what you've been told and what you disagree with. And then set about to change it. Because it's not about being a better version. It's about being a different version. Thinking differently. Letting go of limiting beliefs. That's it, Jake. That's it. Yep. Because that really is how we learn, right? Through repetition. We just keep repeating the same old story though, right? We got to let go of the old story and repeat the new story. Some of us are still halt between two opinions. It's like we talk about the new, but then we still thinking of the old. You can't bring new wine into old. You can't pour new wine into old wineskins. You can't talk about the new and at the same time holding on to the old. You got to let the old go. You got to let it die and focus on the new state. So you're saying intrude. What do you all say intrusive thoughts? So you believe thoughts can just come out of nowhere? They're not intrusive thoughts. They're your old limiting thoughts. They're your old man thoughts. Those thoughts are the old version of you. They're not intrusive. You just haven't completely let it go. This is the law of attraction. Like attracts like. If I listen to anything in the morning, I may listen to Dr. Joseph Murphy or Neville Goddard, but most of the time I'm reading in the morning, and then I catch up on my football. Now I'm a football head, so I'll listen to football too. Yes, that old man dying. Yes, put him to death, never to be resurrected again. That's it. That old man has been put to death. What do you listen to, whatchamacallit? I don't really listen to too many podcasts. No, I don't listen to any podcasts. But now I'll be listening to Emma's lives. She'll be doing her lives in the morning, so I'll be listening to her. She comes on 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that's, or 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll be 8 a.m. for me. This morning I was up early listening to her at 7 o'clock. I had to roll over and turn my phone on. You say, how do I prepare for my lives? Sometimes I meditate, but it's not necessarily me preparing, because I kind of think about what I'm going to talk about. Then the scripture will come, like, ooh, that's a good scripture. Okay. And sometimes I'll make the I'll jot it down in my iPad. And sometimes I don't have a topic. Like today, I really didn't have a topic. So I was like, oh, let's just talk about law of assumption again. But I've been preparing for lives for the past 6 years. I've been preparing for this moment for the last 6 years. The same thing, beautiful one. Yeah, she talks about manifesting. Oh, okay. So, yeah, okay. Louise Hay, yes. I've caught a couple of her videos, but I didn't know she had a podcast. Okay. Oh, YMA. Is Emma still on here, or did she leave? She wasn't on the live. Maybe she left. Oh, yep. There you go. Thanks, Dina. Oh, okay, Khaleesi. Okay. Oh, okay. Got you. Whatchamacallit. Yeah, Neville Goddard has a lot of videos out there. Dr. Joseph Murphy. You have Joe Dispenza, Wayne Dyer. There are a lot to choose from. You're welcome, beautiful one. It's a lot to choose from. If you pick a topic and find out who you may resonate with. I know Emma, I can't remember. She says someone that she listens to. I think her name is Olivia. I can't remember the second name. I should have written it down. I'll probably ask her again when she goes back live. She says she listens to someone on YouTube. You said you can't choose. Oh, yes, I see Denise too, beautiful one. Yes, you're talking about here on TikTok, right? Yes, I've listened to Bob Proctor a couple of times as well. But I mostly read Neville and Dr. Joseph Murphy. I've been listening to Dr. Joseph Murphy videos on the healing power. So those are really good. He does a really good job of breaking down scripture as well. Yes, I caught some of her live, a little bit of it last night. I know she has a lot of different reading materials and things. Oh, hey, Dexter, how long you been up there? Dexter's up there. I really just use Instagram to record. I hardly ever look up here. Dexter was saying hi. I don't even know how long he was on there on Instagram. Oh, hey. Oh, I thought you had left. Okay. I thought you had left. Cool. Yeah, I know I be neglecting IG because most of the crowd is over here on TikTok. My daughter told me about that, Jake. I had no idea. Hey, if that's what you want to, it's up to you. Do he want to revise it? Oh my goodness. I didn't hear anything though. I didn't see the video. So, but I did see his video on he was talking to Ocho about it, and then he had Cam and Snoop Dogg come through on his nightcap. I did catch those videos. I was like okay, so the name of the YouTube channel is Master Manifestors. Okay, do I got a pen? Let me see. Thank you, Khaleesi. That sure is. I said I was going to check her out. Master Manifestors. He said the universe did a 180. What I saw that in the comments when I was watching the video, but what did Ocho do that was so unprofessional? Oh, okay, Dexter. Yes, I've been live since about I think 11:30. I may be jumping off of here pretty soon. It's 2:45. Yes, I wonder what he was being unprofessional about. Oh, why they on YouTube? Like, that's not a place you need to be all buttoned up, do you? Oh, he was late. Okay, Dexter said he was late to the podcast. And so Shannon was saying that was unprofessional. Oh, okay. I guess. Ocho was late. Oh, okay. Stuff happens, right? I mean, I guess, will he be late a lot or something? Like, I'm hoping it just wasn't a one-off and he's being, reprimanded by Shannon. minute. Shannon got fired from ESPN? Wait a minute. I didn't know. So who took the Uber instead of a professional car service? You talking about Ocho? Hey, you know Ocho, he saving money. He like whatever's the you know Ocho, he ain't finna spend no money on nothing. So the Uber was probably cheaper than a professional car. than a professional car service, because you know Ocho be on there talking about, so he fly Spirit. He funny. He like he not spending his money on anything. Right. Okay. Yes, frugal forever. He has. He's like, but he said, I still got a lot of money, so I'm gonna be frugal. But I didn't know Shannon Sharp got fired from ESPN because of that. He said that was a mistake. Oh, wow. These jobs don't be playing. Good thing he got the nightcap and the, you know, the stuff on YouTube. I did not know that. Oh my goodness. Now you gonna have me, once I get over here, I'm gonna be looking up, because I love me some football. So, and I've been a fan of Shannon Sharp ever since Denver. When he played for the Denver Broncos, that was my team. I used to love me some John Elway. That was my AFC quarterback back in the day. The only thing is, I did not get to see him win the Super Bowl, because at that time, I was deep into church. And I was in church all day on Sundays. And so I did not get to see John Elway win his Super Bowls, because I was in church. Shame for shame for shame. Man. That's too bad, though. I didn't know he was gonna nag. I wasn't expecting him to lose his job because of it. Especially where they was talking about it on, he did all those videos on YouTube about it. I thought it wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't know he lost his job. Oh, wow. He gonna have to revise. He might want to revise that, Jake. He definitely may want to revise that situation if it caused him to lose his job at ESPN. Oh, Lord. Because he said he's never even been on Instagram Live before. He said he don't even know how to use that stuff. Thank you. Yes, I remember Terrell Davis too. Yep. Yeah, because I remember John Elway. I was watching him when he went to Super Bowl 3 out of 4 years, and he lost every time to the NFC. I'm like, this dude. But he wasn't as bad as the Buffalo Bills at that time, too. They went like 5 times and could never win the Super Bowl. It was just like crazy. Like, how many times y'all go to the Super Bowl and y'all can't win? It's crazy. Oh, okay. I see. Hey, Maya. That's my daughter, Maya. Hey, Maya. Wow. Yeah, I hate that happened to him. Because I'm sure that's not something man, especially you lose your job, man. So he needs to revise that. But like y'all said, if he showed a little bit more grace, you got to give grace. You give grace, you receive grace. Oh, I was rooting for. I am not a Tom Brady fan, Dexter. So I was definitely rooting for Matty Ice. I was definitely rooting for Matty Ice. I thought they was gonna pull it through. Woo, that was a heartbreaker. I was up there talking, so, the NFL is fixed. It's fixed. There's no way the Patriots came back and won that game fair and square. I was on my soapbox for real. I was like, y'all was cheated out of a Super Bowl win. Y'all definitely should have won that Super Bowl. Oh, really, Miss V? And you spell it the same way? Cool. Oh, thank you, Chelsea. I know, yes. Oh, my goodness. That was a heartbreaker, Dexter. Yeah, but Dexter, we're just talking about the law of assumption over here on TikTok. Imagining creates reality. I need to start putting the topic on Instagram too. I believe I can do that. I can put the topic on Instagram. They want to know your secret sauce, Maya. You want to come up and say hi to everybody, Maya? And tell everybody your secret sauce? Are you still here, Maya? She might have left. She might have just dipped in and dipped out. Yeah, I don't see her still on here anymore. She might have dipped out already. Okay, Dexter. See you over there. Yeah, I guess she was just coming on here to say hi. Next time I'll tell her stay a few minutes longer. Hey, Cheerwine, welcome. So you just dipping in, dipping out, huh, Cheerwine? So we just talking about the law of assumption, as Neville defines it. Hey, Tammy, welcome. That you can assume anything, right? An assumption, though false, if persisted in, is shall what? Harden into fact. Oh, nope, Cheerwine. I've never heard of is this someone on TikTok or on YouTube? I've never heard of Kira Barnett. Oh, okay. Well, you know, it's so many people that teach that teach manifesting on TikTok. It's a bunch of us, right? But I have heard of Denise. So I have listened to her lives a couple of times. But I don't really, since I've been on TikTok, I really wasn't into like joining lives. So joining lives is still kind of new to me. You turn them around, Dexter. Don't call them intrusive thoughts. Just turn them around. When you have a thought, an unwanted thought, you change it. Oh, well, thank you, Cheerwine. Oh, I appreciate that. You never finish a negative thought. If that's what never finish a negative thought. And if you do, you catch yourself, just change it. In that moment, revise the thought. Think how you would like to think. You tell your mind what to think. Okay, Jake, I don't know about the 4x1 method. What is that? What's the 4x1 method? What method is that? Okay. I know there are a lot of techniques, but that's a new one, 4x1. Well, it's new for me. I know it's not probably new for, but it's new for me. Oh, okay. So for every one, you give 4. Okay. I like that. Yep. Oh, okay. Golden Manifesting. Okay. Now, are they on YouTube and TikTok as well? Okay. Nice. I love these names. What is it? Master Manifestors, Goaded Manifesting. Yeah, you have to speak of yourself as the person you desire to be, right? That's why I say I'm prosperous living and royalty. My royalty is on IG, Prosperous Living with Toyia, YouTube, Facebook. With TikTok, I didn't put Toyia, I just put T. But yep. I live a prosperous way of life. That's what you tell yourself. You live an abundant life. Your royalty. You can have whatever you desire. Keep telling yourself that. Because I was listening to Denise yesterday, and she had brought something to my attention about the negative affirming, right? If you know how to use it, you can use that to manifest. It's like with the ladder technique. When you're falling asleep, imagining yourself climbing the ladder, and then throughout the day you're saying, I'm not going to climb a ladder, I'm not going to climb a ladder, I'm not, right? And you still end up climbing the ladder anyway, right? Because it's whatever is impressed on the subconscious shall be expressed. And the subconscious does not know no, right? It gives you exactly what you're focused on. You're focusing on not doing something. It's the same as focusing on doing it, right? So if you say, I'm not going to eat this anymore, I'm not going to eat this anymore. That's why you find yourself eating it, because you said you were no longer going to do it. Hey, Mr. Crooms. That's it, whatchamacallit. Yep. But it's like if you told yourself, I'm not going to buy that new car, I'm not going to buy that new car, you're going to find yourself buying that BMW, right? Because subconscious doesn't know no. Right, Mr. Crooms, right. And it's also psychological truth, which is how I accept the interpretation. It's about your mind telling you how to master your thoughts, create the reality through transforming your thinking. Right, but you got to know how, you got to know how to say that I'm not, right? Right? So it's like, you want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I'm not going to lose weight. I'm not going to. You lose the weight, right? But if you start saying, like you're giving up something, right? But then you start saying, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to, then you find yourself doing it, right? So you have to know how to use the negative, because whatever you give your attention to, that's what you're going to express. So you got to know how to use it. That part, Mariah, yes. And keep telling yourself that. Then look, you'll be eating it. Because here's the thing. When you say I'm always broke or I never have enough money, you never have money. You're saying that you don't have money. Either way. But if you say, I want to make $15,000 a year, I'm not going to make $15,000 a month. I'm making $15,000 a month. I'm not making $15,000 a month. It's the same thing. I'm making $15,000 a month. I'm not making $15,000 a month. You're talking about making $15,000 a month. Yes, Mr. Crumbs, right. Because it's really about, where's the focus, right? Where's the focus? Well, not necessarily, Chelsea. Because it's dependent on how you're phrasing the negative statement. It's about what the negative statement is causing you to focus on. That's what your subconscious doesn't care about positive or negative statements. It cares about, where's the focus? What are you focusing on? Not if it's a positive or negative statement. We're judging it as positive or negative. The subconscious isn't. That's not how the subconscious works. The subconscious doesn't care if it's positive or negative. It only cares about, where is your focus? What are you focusing on? And whatever you're focusing on, that's what it'll bring into your experience. That's why people that say they try to stop addictions and they say they're not going to do the thing anymore, they're focusing on the thing they're not going to do, which is why they can't stop doing it. Because that's where their focus is. A lot of people that try to stop smoking cigarettes or give up different vices, they're focusing on the thing that they don't want to experience anymore, which is why they keep experiencing it. It's just like you saying you want I'm not saying you, in as an example, someone desiring to bring their SP in, but they're focused on the fact that the SP isn't there. You saying that you and your SP are together, but you're talking about, oh, but they haven't called me. Oh, they're with a third party. Oh, you're talking about the person not being there, which is why they're not there. Yep, that's what he said, right? Right, Mr. Crones? Yep, that's what he said. He said, the thing that I have feared has come upon me. And then when he was talking to his friends and his friends was trying to get him to curse God and all that, and he started to pray for his friends, he took his mind off of what? The situation, the circumstances, and started placing his mind on something else and seeing the abundance for his friends, restored the abundance to himself. It's what you give your attention to. Thank you, D. Carmen. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. The same to you. Welcome. Yep. It's what we give our attention to expands. We're the only ones calling something good or bad, wrong or right. We sit in the seats of judgment. But your subconscious only cares about what you're giving your attention to. That's all it cares. Oh, this is what you're giving your attention to. I'll give you more of that. This is what you're giving your attention to. I'll give you more of that. It doesn't care if it's negative or positive. It's not making that judgment. It's just saying, what are you giving your attention to? Okay, that's what you like experiencing, so I'm going to give you more of that. Yes. We are the creators on the earth. Yep. Because it really is whatever you give your attention to. Wherever your attention goes, energy flows, right? Energy flows where attention goes. So if I keep talking about not drinking anymore, I'm talking about drinking. But if I talk about what I'd rather have instead of what I don't want, I will get what I rather have. That's why you can use the negative to your benefit, because it's what you're focusing on you bring into your experience, not whether it's good or bad, because there is nothing good or bad, only thinking makes it so. If you think it's wrong for you to have a thing, then it will be wrong for you. If you think it's wrong to smoke, you think it's wrong to drink, you think it's wrong to eat certain foods, you think it's wrong to do whatever you're doing, it will be wrong for you. Because you're the creator in your reality. We getting there. We're coming to this realization, decarbon. We're coming into it. We're elevating our consciousness. We're embodying the Christ within. We're embracing it. Oh, you're welcome, Mel. Yeah, it's a Neville Goddard teaching. Because it's not so much the words, right? It's what you give your attention to. Is what you keep, what do you keep talking about? Because you want your mind and speech to marry each other, right? Those are the two gifts given to man. Mind and speech. You could think a thing and you could speak a thing. Let them marry each other. Let them be united as one mind. Because the unification of them brings forth a birth, brings forth a son, Once they marry, once they have joined in marriage and consummated the marriage, they must bring forth a son. They must bring forth an expression. If you want to, Jake. You funny. Are you saying Chozo or are you saying Ocho? Because who's Chozo? Make sure I know who you talking about. Hey, Fighting Rooster, welcome, welcome. Yes, D. That's been a challenge for a lot of us, especially those who have dealt with a lot of trauma or have had really, really, really crucial experiences in childhood or young adulthood or even however old you are. That is a challenging concept. A lot of people still struggle with that reality because it's like, no, they did this to me and I need for them to own up to it. That's a hard pill to swallow and something to let go. But if you can let go and release that energy, oh, what a wonderful world you will create for yourself. Oh, okay. Is this like anime or something, Jake? Got you. Okay. Okay. It sounded like I don't know much about anime, but that's what that name sounded like. It might have come from anime. I thought so. I have a nephew that's really into Naruto and different anime characters and stuff. Yes, D, it's a challenge to us all. It's a challenge to take the power back and decide what we want to experience in this thing we call life. Because we can have whatsoever we desire. Just got to give our focus to it. Just got to believe that we already have it. Continue to talk about it. Continue to speak it. Continue to sleep with it. Continue to dream it. Continue to imagine it. Persist. Because whatever you imagine, it becomes. Just teach yourself not to worry about the how. That's what you got to teach yourself. Give no thought to the how. It's already done. Allow yourself to feel good about your manifestation. Feel good about it. Make it feel normal to you. Make it feel natural to you. And I'm not saying you got to walk around on cloud nine all of the time. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying when you think about your manifestation, how does it make you feel? Does it feel like, oh yes, this is a done deal. This is a thing that's happening. Yes, I see myself as this person. I am enjoying it. I'm embracing it. I'm walking in it. I go to bed thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it. I'm in the shower thinking about it. Washing my car, doing my laundry, cleaning the house, grocery store. Every time it comes to my mind, I'm like, woo, yes. My life's supposed to be this good. It's supposed to be this good. Yeah, I've never watched them though, Jake. I just heard them talk about it, saw it on my TV, but I've never really sat down and watched anime. Sometimes my son watches it too, so if he has it on, but he don't watch it as much as he used to when he was younger. But yeah, I think I've reached my limit, guys. My 3-hour limit. 3 hours. I want to thank everyone for stopping by, for the likes, the follows, the shares, the gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It has really... I'll be back tomorrow, D. You're welcome, Dexter. You're welcome, Mel. Yes. You too, whatchamacallit. Be looking forward to see them pics of your new BMW, your new ride. Yes. Yes, Jake. Yes. Oh, okay, Tasha Truth. Right. Okay. I'll probably be on here earlier tomorrow, too. Because I know I have my meetup group tomorrow. My meetup group is at 12 o'clock. So I may come on about 9. We'll see. I'll do a couple of hours before I go to my meetup group tomorrow. Oh, you're welcome, Adama. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Lisa. Bye. K-Storm. Yes, Typhonian God. Yes. We are all the all. Yes. Have a great weekend, guys.